Hello everyone, my name is Aigis, and welcome back to Persona 3 The Answer. In the last episode, we defeated the Harem Dancer and his minions in order to continue on forward through the Caina block. And since Fuka didn't say she sensed another strong presence, I imagine we are nearing the end of this block and we will begin to see another person's memories. Last time it was Ken, so it'll be interesting to see whose memories we're gonna, I guess, spy on this time.
Incredible! That was a perfect victory.
And as we're going through this block, I guess I have one thing I want to talk about. Since the last recording session, I did a little bit of research, and apparently, so you know how these blocks are basically based off of Dante's Inferno, but hold on, I don't think I have Thunder. So this is actually going to be a little bad. Let's have him knocked down.
It's weak again.
And I'll just do some damage. But yeah, so the answer blocks, the names of the blocks are based off Dante's Inferno. So Caina is a region in the ninth block of hell, or whatever. Ninth level of hell. And I think I mentioned how I couldn't find anything for Tartarus, which is the dungeon in the first game. And actually, after doing a little bit more research, I found that the Tartarus blocks are actually named after the 7 Earths mentioned in the Kabbalah text. Now, the Kabbalah was mentioned in the first game in one of the lectures by Edogawa. In one of the lectures during the summer, like the summer section when we had summer school, there was a whole part of the game where every day we would go to school and he would talk about magic. One of those days he talked about the Kabbalah text, and he actually doesn't mention anything about the 7 Earths or anything like that. He talks about, I think he talks about Adam and the Sephiroths or whatever, but I didn't really read too much on that, so I'm not entirely clear on what that is, but it seems like there's some connection between the Kabbalah and the Arcanas as well. And I actually have a page open for this, so
that was amazing.
1 second. Yeah, so I did some research and there was an article or a blog post that quotes a Kabbalist text, Sefer Yetzirah, and it says, speaking about God, I think, it says, he engraved them, he hewed them out, he combined them, he weighed them, he set them at opposites, and he formed through them 7 stars in the universe.
Leave it to me.
7 days in the year, 7 gates in the body of male and female, and from them he engraved 7 heavens, 7 earths, and 7 Sabbaths. Therefore he cherished the 7th under all the heavens. And then it goes on to talk about the names of the 7 Earths. And it says, The most distant was named Ares, followed by Adama, then Arka, Haraba or Ge, Yabasha or Neshia, Zia or Tebel, and our then own world Helid. So, if you remember those names, those are actually the names of the blocks we went through in the journey. So, that's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any detail on like what each block is like. There was one mention of how it says
3 enemies. You've surprised them.
It says Adam himself, according to legend, traveled to these other Earths after leaving Eden. The closest one to us is said to be inhabited by creatures who are not remotely human. So maybe like the shadows. It says Adama is inhabited by phantom-like beings, descendants of Cain, which is interesting, are said to live on Arka. Get and Nishia are both described as having trees, but no wheat or any of the 7 species. And I should pay a little more attention before I run into a shadow. And that's all it describes.
There are 3 of them. Strike first.
So there isn't really too much to go on. But it does seem like these Persona games, they're based off some pretty cool ancient texts that all kind of have something to do with Adam and Eve and, I guess, life in general. So, I haven't quite figured out the connection between the journey and the answer yet, and maybe there isn't even one. But I think that's something interesting to think about as we continue on forward through the answer. And even if it doesn't really have that much meaning, I think it's pretty interesting to see that this was, to see just what the game was inspired by. Because originally, I was thinking the game would be mostly about ancient Greek mythology, with Nyx and everything, and Orpheus, but it seems like it's taking inspiration from all kinds of, I guess, all kinds of ancient groups and religions. In order to create its own special little world. And that's something I can respect. Okay, I did 83 damage to that thing, and it did a pixel of its health. I'm not gonna bother. No, but I really am interested in this kind of stuff, so if anyone knows more about, I guess, the Kabbalah in general and what it might mean to, what it has in relation to the Arcanas and sort of this game in general, by all means let me know. After seeing that, I'm kind of interested in going back to seeing the episode where
there are 3 enemies left.
Where Edogawa was talking about the magics, and I know I said some of the lessons were kind of boring and they didn't seem like they were relevant to the story. Well, it's possible that they are relevant and I just never got the connection.
3 enemies. You've surprised
So I might
them.
do that sometime and just go back to see what he says and see if I can find some kind of link there. But as I was rambling on, it seems like we've made our way to the end of the Caina block on the 20th floor, and since we have quite a lot of time to spare, I won't cliffhanger you this time. I won't cliffhanger this episode, so let's just go.
Hold on a sec. You're the captain, aren't you?
Quit pushing! Practice time's over!
Hey, you! Sonata-kun, right?
That's right.
That was an amazing bout. I've never seen a junior high fighter deliver a KO like that. I'm with the school you were up against in the finals. What do you say about enrolling with us? We'll give you a fat scholarship. You'd only have to pay half your tuition.
Hey, you're from another school? That's against the rules and you know it!
Sorry, but I don't see any reason to join a school that places second.
Ooh, damn.
Get out of here.
Akihiko-kun is so cool! You hear that? He'd never go to your loser school.
Come on already, go home! Damn it, we can't leave until you guys do.
Shot down.
Couldn't you have handled that a little more politely? I heard it gets crowded after practice, so I waited here instead.
What?
3rd year, Class C, Akihiko Sanada.
What do you want?
Aren't you going to ask who I am?
No need. Whatever you've come for, I don't want to get involved. All I want is to train and get stronger.
It's nothing troublesome. I have a very simple request.
A request?
I have enemies that need defeating. They're not people, I assure you. You wouldn't be bound by the rules of boxing. No. The enemies I speak of, they're related to what you've recently been experiencing each midnight. You see, I'm in the same situation. I experience the same thing you do. The difference is, I know what it means. If you come with me, I'll share what I know with you.
Who are you?
Mitsuru Kirijo. I'm a 3rd year, like yourself.
Kirijo? I've heard that name before.
You said you wanted to build your strength. What you really need is a riskier challenge. And with this, you can challenge them.
Here, have a gun. Yeah, let's give a boxer a gun.
The door vanished this time, too.
First Ken's passed and now mine. What in the world does it mean?
I have no idea either. That really brought me back, though. We were both in junior high then.
To tell the truth, I thought that girl was crazy until I first summoned my persona.
You were crazy enough to point the gun at your head and shoot?
What was I supposed to expect when you gave me what looked like a gun 5 minutes after meeting me?
All part of the plan. That was the best way I could think of to get your attention. If I'd asked you to do something like fight for justice, I knew you'd never listen.
You can say that again.
So that was a school.
Yes, it was. But it was only a small portion of a school.
It was like the gym hallway.
Really? Then it's actually much bigger than that?
Yes. Have you really never been outside before?
Well, to be fair, I think the Abyss of Time is probably 100 times the size of a school. So...
that's...
it's not that big.
I didn't mean to embarrass you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Thinking back on it, they kept me from leaving the dorm at first, too.
Do you also go to school, sister?
I did. But after this spring, I won't be going anymore.
Huh? How come? All your friends go. They are your friends, right? You like to be around them, don't you?
Why? It's because well, I thought it over and it was my own decision.
Oh, I see.
You know, I don't think Metis is a bad person at all.
I think she's just honest and straightforward. And curious.
No, not really bad. More like...
We've been taking her so seriously up till now, but she's just a kid inside, isn't she?
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Back to the lounge. I don't think the door even opens. Yeah, I'll go check it out though. I mean, anyone would be curious when the door is glowing like that, so can't really blame her. Alright, let's make our team. And I think I'll just walk into the new dungeon, see the name of it, and then we'll call it an episode. So where's Metis? Oh, there. Yeah. Very useful. Alright. You wanna come along? He was a good friend. Well, he is a good friend, let's say. Really? Alright, let's see. So our next block is Antinora, and that is, in fact, I think the next region. You know what? I'm gonna search it real quick. If I remember correctly, these blocks are all based on ancient figures. So Caina is named after the biblical Cain, who slew his brother Abel out of envy after God showed appreciation for Abel's sacrificial offering, but not Cain's. And Antenora is named for the Trojan prince Antenor. It says, while the classical sources, notably Homer's Iliad, present Antenor in a positive, or at least neutral light, as one in favor of returning Helen to the Greeks for the good of Troy, medieval versions, histories, commentaries, and romances view him as a treacherous Judas who plots with the Greeks to destroy the city. Dante places in this region those who betrayed their political party or their homeland. Alright, well, in the next episode, we will go ahead and enter Antenora, and we will see what awaits us at the end of the block. Until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!